Your God Power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin.
This is How to Use Your God Power book features part 2 of 2. It is continued from the prior video, part 1 of 2. For best results, watch it first. Let's move forward a few more frames. We have now moved to a video example frame in the Flash movie. This is where you would pause the Flash movie and then open the video example and watch it. When it is over, which in this case would be 5 minutes, you then continue with the Flash movie. We can go to this video example in the book, which is on page 16, and play the video example from the internet. Then you come back to this Flash movie and click on play to continue with the chapter. The book also has detailed footnotes with internet links for more information. In this footnote, it talks about the show Weird Connections, which is where that video example clip came from. If you want to know more about the show, you just click on that link. This is the illustration for this video example. It shows that the people who only thought about lifting weight gained as much muscle as those who actually lifted the weights. Notice the illustration button. When we click on the illustration button to view the animated illustration, it pops up. There it is. The animated version of the illustration. This is the GIF format, which doesn't require a special player to view. When we click on the Flash movie version of the same animated illustration, it pops up in the Flash movie player. There it is. Whenever you click on these illustration buttons, they will open up from the illustration directory. In the course menu system, there is a place where you can copy all of these illustrations and send them to your friends or even print them out and hang them on your wall. The book has special audiobook icons just for the illustrations. These icons have green type under them. It says, "Explain illustration." These special audiobook tracks only describe the illustration. They are just like what you would find in a modern museum. Modern museums have a special audio button at each exhibit. You push on the button, and the audio track begins to describe and explain the exhibit that you are looking at. Likewise, in this book, when you come to an illustration, all you have to do is click on these special icons, and the illustration will be described and explained to you in great detail. I just clicked on the illustration icon. There it is. It is now explaining the illustration. Let's close it out. Notice that we have another slideshow and Flash movie segment. If you click on those, they will play the next part of chapter number 1. This is a big illustration about the hypothalamus. The audio description and explanation for this illustration is very good. The hypothalamus sends out chemical signals, which is the chemical news for the cells. This is how the cells find out what is happening. They respond appropriately, depending on whether the news is good or bad. It has a button to display the illustration. Let's click on it. There it is. It is nicely framed and can be sent by email or printed out. On the bottom, it says from the book, How to Use Your God Power. Every chapter, up through chapter 13, has a review and a quiz. This is the review for chapter 1. These are the main points of the chapter. This is the quiz for chapter 1. If you click on the audiobook link, it will not only play the questions, but it will also play the answer with a complete detailed explanation. Let's click on the audiobook link. The audio player pops up. There it is. Notice that there are 5 tracks, one for each question and answer. Let's close out this player. We can also use the captions of the answers, as we mentioned earlier, to find out which one is correct. The first question is, when it says that we were made in the image of God, what does that mean? Answer A, we look like Him. We put the cursor over the letter and find that it is not the correct answer. Answer B, we can think. We put the cursor over the letter and find that it is not the correct answer. Answer C, we have a certain ability or power. We put the cursor over the letter and, yes, that is the correct answer. We have a certain ability or power. That is our God power. That's how we were made in His image. Image also means likeness. The likeness that we have with God is that we can change our own reality. All of this is covered in the chapter. This is chapter 2. Once again, we can play the audiobook for the entire chapter, or we can just play the first audio segment. For chapter 2, we can play the slideshow and flash movie for chapter 2. Let's move to the end of the book in the appendix sections. Appendix C is the answers to the chapter quizzes. Appendix D is an easy-to-use list of all the video examples in the course. For example, here in Chapter 1, the exercise video example is listed. It has the same YouTube icon to play the video example from the internet. As we can see for Bruce Lipton's videos, it shows all the segments, and they can all be played from this appendix. Appendix D also lists the slideshows in the left-hand column that refer to that video example. Let's go to Appendix E, where you can burn your own copy of the audiobook on CDs. Throughout the book, the audiobook tracks are placed in the chapters where they belong. However, with the CD burning master, the audiobook tracks are sorted by the CD that they go on. Let's click on one of these CDs to see how this works. Let's click on number 13. It automatically loads all the tracks that belong on that audiobook CD into your audio player and CD burner. The audiobook CDs not only have the tracks from the book, but they also have 2 additional informational tracks. Let's listen to the first information track on the CD now. How to Use Your God Power, the audiobook, by Richard Lee McKim Jr., copyright 2010. CD number 1336. This CD starts from the beginning of chapter number 7, book page 181, up to page number 192. Let the quest for knowing begin. It tells you which CD it is, and what parts of the book that it covers. Now, let's listen to the information track at the end of the CD. That tells you what CD to go to next. That was the last audio track on this CD. Please insert the next CD number 14 of 36. Thank you. Burning your own copy of the audiobook. It's a very simple procedure. First you click on the first CD, number 1. It loads all the tracks for that audio CD. You then burn them to CD with your own burner. Then you put in another blank CD, click on disc number 2, burn that to CD. Then you burn CD number 3, etc. until you have burned all 40 CDs. The book itself is actually on 36 CDs, and then there are 4 bonus review CDs. Now, you are ready to listen to the course on your CD player or even in your car. On the last page of the book, page 555, is the slideshow master. There are slideshow icons positioned throughout the book in their appropriate places. However, the slideshow master has all of the slideshows listed in one place. You can play any and all of the slideshows from this one place. Here, you can see that chapter number 1 has 3 parts. As you can see, all 3 slideshows for chapter number 1 are accessible here on this page. The number of parts that a chapter has depends on the size of the chapter. Chapters 2, 3, and 4 all have 1 part each. However, chapter 5 has 4 parts. Chapter number 10 is a very significant chapter and covers a lot of information. It is by far the largest chapter in the book. At about 9.5 hours, it is divided into 9 parts. If you have the Master's Collection, which is the entire course, you can access all of these slideshows from here. You can start with chapter number 1, part 1, and play all of these slideshows to the end, and you will have covered the entire course. It is all here. To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, Course Menu, Features, Part 1 of 3. Let your quest for knowing continue.